Edinburgh's old and new towns are recognized globally as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, famous for their preserved Gothic spires and expansive green parkland. This specific patch of dirt has been besieged, burned, and rebuilt more times than almost any other capital in Europe. The center of that conflict is Castle Rock, a volcanic plug of basalt with sheer cliffs that provided a natural, nearly impregnable defensive position for whoever held the summit. Control of this single rock dictated control of the surrounding Lothian area, drawing attacks from the Votadini tribes, the Roman legions, and Northumbrian settlers for centuries. The city's history became a struggle to occupy the limited defensible space on and around this piece of geology. By the 16th century, the threat of invasion from England was a constant reality. Campaigns of fire and sword meant that wooden houses and thatched roofs were frequently put to the torch. In 1513, following a devastating military defeat at the Battle of Flodden, the citizens hastily constructed the Flodden Wall to encircle the town and guard against the English advance. As shown here, once the population was encircled by stone, there was nowhere left for the city to grow. The wall protected the people, but it also trapped them within a rigid, unexpandable footprint. To house a growing population without crossing the wall, Edinburgh built upward. They constructed stone tenements reaching as high as 14 stories, stacked one on top of the other along the narrow ridge. This defensive requirement turned Edinburgh into a vertical city, characterized by extreme density long before modern urban planning. Life within this vertical squeeze was defined by the closes, narrow, sunless alleyways where thousands of people lived in damp, unsanitary conditions. When the Black Death reached the city in 1645, this density became a liability. The plague spread rapidly through the interconnected tenements, killing thousands in a matter of months. By the early 19th century, the Old Town remained a pocket of deep poverty, located just steps away from a medical school with an insatiable demand for cadavers for research. In 1828, William Burke and William Hare exploited this environment. They murdered at least 16 people from the city's vulnerable transient population, selling the bodies to anatomists who rarely questioned the source. The same walls and high-density architecture that offered protection from external armies had created an internal environment of overcrowding and hidden violence. By the 1700s, the stench and overcrowding of the Old Town had become unsustainable for the city's wealthier residents. To provide relief, the city drained the Nor Loch, the stagnant marsh to the north, transforming a defensive barrier into usable land for development. This new development, the New Town, was built on a rational horizontal grid, offering a stark alternative to the tangled vertical architecture of the medieval city. During this period, thinkers like David Hume and Adam Smith moved their homes and their libraries into these orderly new streets, working in the environment that saw the birth of modern economics and philosophy. As the city expanded beyond its medieval walls, its influence also grew, exporting ideas that would eventually reach across the globe. The 20th century brought new pressures, from the heavy losses of 2 world wars to controversial urban renewal projects that replaced historic stone with concrete and glass. In 1947, the city repurposed its scarred landscape to host an international festival, using the arts as a way to reconnect a fractured post-war Europe. At the close of the century, the Scottish Parliament was reconvened in a new, permanent home at the foot of the Royal Mile, returning domestic political power to the city. Today, Edinburgh is a physical record of the decisions made when a city runs out of space. Its skyline stands as a testament to the ways people adapt, build, and endure under pressure.